Hello, boss. It's Jordan here, and I noticed that you got into NFTs. You don't know really what they are, and you need some help getting some information on them. Well, that's what I'm here for. Hopefully, you can learn something out of this. So, what are NFTs? NFTs, also known as non fungible tokens, are non interchangeable units of data stored on a blockchain that can be sold and traded. NFTs are similar to a physical collector's item, but they're only digital. An example of a physical collector's item would be something like Pokemon cards or Yu-Gi-Oh cards, something of that nature. But the difference between NFTs and physical is that NFTs are digital. So, NFTs are typically accustomed to buy and sell digital artwork and will take the form of gifts, which is something that you see online, and it's like a very short video and it's like repeating like over and over again. Tweets, which is something that is involved with Twitter. Virtual trading cards, so say Pokemon cards, but they're virtual. Game skins, virtual reality, etc. So, NFTs and cryptocurrencies. When you think of NFTs, you're probably going to think, oh, that's probably like a cryptocurrency, right? Not exactly. So for cryptocurrencies, an example of that would be a Bitcoin, which is something that's been very popular within the past 2 years. So for example, you have one Bitcoin, it will equal another Bitcoin. Now you move on to NFTs. You have one NFT, another NFT, and they do not equal. AKA, each NFT is unique. They're distinct and they're valued differently based on their perceived value and demand. So these NFTs are worth a lot of money, and that's just kind of how it is right now. Don't know what it's going to be like in the future, but for now, they are really worth a lot of money. So back to cryptocurrencies. They are fungible. Like I said, NFTs are not fungible. But the similarity between both of them is they are both based on blockchain. Hence, they utilize similar innovation and similar standards. So, how are NFTs being used right now? Artists actually use them in their art. So the main thing about them is they're pretty much an artwork, and they're worth a lot of money. So these artists can program royalties, meaning they will receive a percentage of sales whenever their art is sold to a brand new customer. So artists are really getting a good deal here for making NFTs. An example of this, Charmin created non-fungible toilet paper. Taco Bell had NFT art, and it sold within minutes, and bids were coming in at $3,723. So tokenizing these real-world tangible assets makes buying, selling, and trading them more efficient, while also reducing the probability of fraud, which is a positive. So NFTs can function to represent individuals' identities, property rights, and etc. So these NFTs are actually becoming usable, and they're becoming very relevant right now. So the sky really is the limit for these things right now. So there are some legal issues of NFTs which has to be looked at, of course. If an artist creates a replacement piece of artwork, they are going to automatically acquire a copyright of that new artwork. Because they own the copyright, they now have the proper to breed the work, prepare derivative works, and distribute copies of the work. So they'll create an NFT supported by the artwork, and they're going to be able to sell that NFT without transferring the copyright to the underlying piece of art, whilst they'd be able to create and sell a reprint of the underlying piece of art. So a lot of legal issues in there, but pretty much they are able to keep the artwork, and when they sell it, they're still going to be able to keep that copyright on there. So once implemented, the smart contract is actually updated, and therefore the code will become immutable as soon as it's logged onto the blockchain. So that's more legal issues. Some more legal issues. The common crypto transactions will require disclosure. So here are some examples of crypto transactions that will require disclosure. the receipt of virtual currency as payment for goods or services provided, the receipt of recent virtual currency as a result of mining and staking activities, the receipt of virtual currency as a result of tough fork, an exchange of virtual currency for property, goods, or services, and an exchange/trade of virtual currency for one more virtual currency. So NFTs and food. I think that a chef could sell recipe NFTs and people would buy them, and it could be like a special recipe or something, for example. And the owner can even make a meal, which would actually be pretty cool. So you could have a meal NFT, which is like really neat, something to think about. And also wineries could offer like digital corks that accompany sales of fancy bottles of wine. So it's just food for thought. So that is what NFTs are, aka non-fungible tokens. Boss, I really hope that you got some insight on this. I also created a Word document that I'm going to send your way, and it has a bunch of information on it. So I really hope that you like it. I hope that you understand it. I hope we can implement it into our business. Again, this is Jordan. Thank you very much.